everyone, so this is my My Little Pony Maleficent design. So you can see here this is the sketching phase. I did already do another sketch. I think it was just a really rough one. I can't find it at the moment, otherwise I would have put a picture of it in the video. So this, I already sort of had the idea of the pose and stuff in mind. Now you can see I make a lot of mistakes with her hair. I just couldn't get it right. I wanted it to look like Maleficent's cape, you know, when she raises her arms and stuff. I'm talking about the cartoon, not so much the movie. But it just wasn't working. I also didn't know what to do at the top where her horns are, whether I wanted the fringe to stick out over the front or what. So you'll see, yeah, lots of changes. I go for a nice 60s bouffant look, and then this one is pretty much how it sort of finishes. I sort of stick with this. Yeah, so that took a while. I did the tail in one go. I was quite happy with the tail. And now with the horns, I do the horns in a certain sort of style with they're very rounded at the front, but you'll see right at the end of, sort of really at the end of the video, or near the end, I actually change it and make them more sort of pointy. Okay, so yeah, you saw me put a question mark on the wings. I wasn't sure whether to do them in the My Little Pony style, where they're all rounded, or a bit more dragon-like. So obviously I went for the more evil looking ones. And for the raven, yeah, I went for a nice little cartoon look. And obviously you saw again when it was zoomed out, I put a question mark where the cutie mark goes on her butt. I just had no idea what to put there. So I come back to that right at the end of the video as well. So you can see there the horns, I did it all rounded at the front, and yeah, I was never happy with it, but I just carried on with the drawing, and you know, when I came to the end, I finally decided what I wanted to do there. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you listen to the music and carry on watching, and I might come back with some more things to say later on. So I did the initial sketch of this in Photoshop. I used one of Kyle Webster's brushes. I think it was one of the HB pencil brushes, but I can't remember exactly which one. If I do remember, I'll link it in the description below. So I transferred the sketch into Illustrator to do the inking. Now when I do inking in Illustrator, I mainly use the pen tool because I find the control so much easier. I will occasionally use the brush tool, but I find that the pen tool is just so much more easier. I also use the width tool a lot, especially on this bit here on the talons of the raven. Yeah, so you can see I made quite a mess of those, but I did eventually get something workable in the end. It's all trial and error really, but I find that the width tool is really helpful when you're just using a normal pen stroke, and if you haven't got a profile set up already, or none of the profiles fit, then you can just adjust the width wherever you want, and you can save that profile to use later on. So anyway, I'm just laying down some base colours here. It took me a while to sort of figure out which colours to choose. I initially was going to make her purple, but then I figured it would be best if she was green, because then I could make her hair purple, which is what her cape is like in the cartoon anyway. And again, here we are with those hideous looking horns. Yeah, I kind of struggled with those a bit. Just ignore that bit and wait till the end when I actually fix them up. So for the logo, I used the logo from a previous design I did. It was called My Little Artax, which is based on the horse in Neverending Story, you know, when he drowns in the swamps of sadness. It is the saddest movie scene ever. Anyway, so I used that logo in this design so that I didn't have to redraw it. It just sort of saved a lot of time. It really would have been pointless if I had just redrawn it. It was my design anyway, so might as well save time where I can. Now for this trailing scrolly bit, I kind of messed around with where I wanted to add it, because unfortunately the word villain doesn't have a Y in it. So you can see I added it to the I, but after a while I realised it kind of looks like a J, so I move it over to the A, which I think looks a lot better. Making lots of changes to the thorns. Now I just could not decide on how I wanted them to look, so you'll see lots more changes in this video, and even after I finished filming it I did do a lot more changes still, so you'll probably find that the final picture looks slightly different to this video. So as you can see, I'm just adding a bit of shadow to the design. I think it just gives it that little bit extra. I know that the original My Little Pony cartoons don't really have much shadow or anything to the images, but I figure it just gives it that extra bit of dimension. So I'm adding it just with blocks of black colour, but I've reduced the opacity down to about 10%, or I think it might be 30%, I can't remember which. So I did submit this design to T-Villain to be printed, but unfortunately they declined it. I also then submitted it to Ripped Apparel, but they declined it as well. And at the time of recording I have submitted this to QWERTY, so hopefully they'll accept it to print, but if they don't, I'll just try somewhere else, I guess, and just keep trying. In the meantime, it is available from my online shops. You can get it at Redbubble and Society6 at the moment. I haven't added it to my other shops yet, but I will very soon. So you can get it on all sorts of things. You can get it on cards, prints, t-shirts, hoodies, leggings. You can have it as a shower curtain even if you like. I don't know. There's so many different options. It's just crazy. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please do check out my other videos. I've left all the links to my shops and social media in the description. You can usually find me on Facebook, so drop me a comment here or on Facebook or on Twitter or Instagram or wherever. And yeah, I hope you really enjoyed it, so give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video.